Hi there, class. I'm going to walk you through how to get things set up for Code Practice Lab 0 and how to navigate the GitHub Codespaces system, which we will be using for this class. So the first thing that you want to do is, hold on, let me view this as a student so I'm seeing what you're seeing. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have a GitHub account. If you do not already have a GitHub account, please follow the instructions to join and create an account. And I would encourage you to also verify yourself as a student to get extra perks through GitHub. And then after you are successfully logged into your GitHub, you're going to go to the class repository that I've created, and you're going to make a copy of it for yourself. To do that, after you're logged into GitHub, is you're going to click this button. Let me open it in a new tab so I can still see my instructions. So here we go. I am logged in as a student account, and this is our public repository that I have created for this class. What you're going to want to do here is, before you do anything, is go up to Fork, and Fork will make a copy of this public repository into your own GitHub account. So if you're not familiar with GitHub, a repository is basically a collection of files that you have created. And some people, if you're brand new, you're not going to have any repositories, but some people have hundreds of repositories, and it is a copy of all of the files. There are MD files, which are markdown files that are basically like text files, and you can put files of any programming language in here, but just know that this is basically just holding that content, and it doesn't necessarily mean that your system will run any of those files. And that is why we use Codespaces, because that will allow us to edit and run our Python files. Okay, so the first step you're going to do is click Fork. Keep everything exactly as it is here. You don't need to change anything. And then click Create Fork. This might take a few seconds to a minute, depending on your computer and how fast your internet is. Okay, so this is now your copy of my repository, and you can tell that this is your copy because it has your username. And if you actually go and go back to your account and click on repositories, you will now see it here, and it will tell you that it is forked from my repository. So anytime you are coming in to do work on a lab or a project, you're going to want to log into GitHub and then go to your repository, and from here you'll be able to access the code editor and run code. So let's just walk around the repository. Right now I have just created a lab work folder, and I will be creating a projects folder and putting in information for your project as well. But all of these folders are basically going to contain the starting files for our lab activities. We might not be doing lab 9. I think we're only doing 8 labs in this class, but I figured I would put all of these in here because that's what I use for all of my other classes. So maybe I will add that as extra credit. We'll see how we get through the class. But so here is the lab 1 work that you will be working on. And again, if you are to take a look at this, I'm trying to put the instructions, which is basically the markdown file here, and the starting Python code. There is no starting code in this first lab activity. You'll just follow the instructions, and it will test your ability to do these simple Python commands that you will have read about and it'll allow you to practice. So again, right now we are just in GitHub. You cannot run any of these things. These are just basically like a read only. Well, you can actually come in here and edit, but you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to go back to your the main page of your repository, and we'll take a look at this next step. You're going to click the green code button. Okay, so you're going to click the green code button, and there's two tabs here. One's for local and one's for Codespaces, and we are going to do a new Codespaces. You're going to click plus, and what it's going to do is it's going to create a online code editor for you using VS Code. It could take up to 1 to 2 minutes for all of this to load up. Now this is basically something that will come on and off only when you're using it. So this is your own private copy of our code, and you'll be able to make changes to the code, save the code, run the code, and everything here without having to install Python locally on your own machine and install VS Code, the actual software editor. But what's good about this is if you are using multiple computers, this allows you to just do everything in the browser. I find that very convenient because I have a different computer or my laptop or my office computer, and this way I have the latest version of whatever I'm working on available to go, and it saves everything for you. You have all of your past edits available to you to look at. So we're going to go ahead, and now it has done everything. Tell you welcome to Codespaces. So down here in the bottom you have your terminal, and this is where we're going to be running our programs from. What we're going to do is, this is a typical file manager here. You can navigate through here, and here is your lab 1 folders. But what I want you to do for the practice of this is I want you to take a look at this hello world that I put in here. Hold on one second. Okay, so the hello.py is just a simple little program that I put in here, and I want you to go ahead and run it. So the way you're going to run that is you're going to come down to terminal. If you don't know, if you've lost your terminal, you can come up to this menu, this little hamburger menu, and come down to terminal and click new terminal. And this is all command line down here. So what you want to do is say Python hello.py, and this will run the program for you. So without getting into too much of what you're seeing here on the screen, this is a function called greet, and what it's doing is it is going to send hello and whatever the input that someone puts in the what's your name. The program creates a variable called student name and asks using an input statement, what's your name? And then it's going to call the greet function. The greet function is going to return the string, hello, and your name, and then it's going to print that to the screen. So if I go ahead and put my name in here and press enter, it's just going to say, hello, Dina Laney, and that is my program. So you can also run the program without the terminal window here by clicking run, and it will open up the terminal. Wait, there we go. Just took a little bit longer. And there is that. So so what you're going to do for our first lab activity, I'll make a separate video for that, or there already kind of is one, but it's using a different system, is you're just going to come in here and start editing things, make sure to put your today's date and your name. These are just placeholders. Remember, in Python, a comment starts with a hashtag or pound symbol, and so you're just going to come in here and start typing your code, and then you can run that right down there and it will say hello world. Now what you're going to be seeing here is you're going to be seeing that anytime you make a change to one of the files, you'll get a little modified, an M for modified, and then you're going to want to save these back to your repository. So after you've made your changes, you're going to come here and just write a little message that says added print statement. You don't have to get like super specific. You're going to say commit. It says, would you like stage all your changes and commit them? I'm going to say yes. And then what you want to do is you want to click sync changes, and we'll go ahead and sync that. So here is my hello world, and of course I'm going to be a good student and put the date and my name in here, but I just want to show you now. If I go into my lab work, into my lab 1, you will see here that is my last commit message, added print statement. It was last committed or last updated just now. And if I click on the file, you will see print hello world. So you can keep working in here without committing. Let's check. My name, input, what is your name? Okay, so I've made a change. If I come back to my file explorer, I will see that that M is there. I'm going to go ahead and just close this window. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to refresh. You're not going to see that change because I haven't made a commit to it. Now how do I get back to my code editor? I'll come back here and I'm going to click code, and I'm going to click on Psychic Orbit. That's where I was. And I am going to open this up, and you will see that the code that I put in here is still here, even though I haven't pushed it up to my repository yet. So I exited out, I came back, and my my code is still there. So you can keep typing away, and then when you have everything working the way you want it to work, you'll get that nice little notification that you have a change pending that you can work with. I would highly encourage you to close this chat window. Do not use AI tools for this. This class is going to be very difficult for you to learn Python if you're relying on the AI assistant to do the work for you. And it is detrimental, especially if you are brand new to coding, to be using AI tools to get these basics down. Everything in this class is set up in a way that is easy for you to learn. You're going to get lots of practice. And if you really get stuck, then it's good to have the skills to debug your own code without relying on AI tools to do it for you. Can use AI tools for more complex things in the future and to help you once you have a good understanding of what it is you're doing and how to format everything and how things work. And by halfway through this class, once we get through to functions and loops and if statements, you'll have a really good understanding of the basics of programming just over these next few weeks, and you'll feel a lot more confident in your ability to do things. So I hope this helped. Let me know if you have any questions, and have fun coding. I love Python. I love working with these tools and figuring them out, and I hope that you enjoy it too. So thank you. Take care. Bye.